YouTube. It's your boy Original Dog Man. Got the food cooking. I'm just in my little room here, just chilling, doing my thing, fucking with my fishing pole, and trying to see if I can get this everything this rig hooked up to my new fishing pole, which is an open face bait cast. And I wanted to talk to you guys about a question that this dude named Mr. Will asked me on my cooking video. He said it's not food related, it's more fragrance related, and he wanted to know when I'm shopping online, is there a site that I trust or one that has a good reputation? Actually, there are a few with good reputations. Do I trust them? I don't trust any site, honestly. I don't trust any site. Um, Sites and sites are run by humans, and humans aren't trustworthy. Period. None of them are. None of them are trustworthy 100%. Trust me, man. They're not. The best that a company can do is try to get your shit right, right? And the only thing you can do is once you give them your money is hope for the best. And besides, when you're online, there's nothing to trust about being online. Nothing, man. People can rob you blind in the blink of an eye online. That's just what that is, man. And I'm sorry to say that. I don't mean to sound so brash or harsh, but it's a fact of life. Um, Trusting people online, man, it just is not a good thing to do. Period. It really isn't a good thing to do. Um, People are imperfect. People are imperfect, man. And this is the reason why uh, I can't tell you yes. I trust certain sites because I honestly don't. Now I've had some bad experience with the sites that I've dealt with, and I've had some good experiences with certain sites that I've dealt with. I've had both with certain sites like Fragrance Net. I've had some bad experiences. Um, they turned around and redeemed themselves and like actually given or what was it? They here let me give you a story, a true story with Fragrance Net. Okay, so I order from Fragrance Net a lot. All right, and one time I think they were using UPS to deliver fragrances to my house. Was it? It was either shit. Now I'm so damn confused. I don't know if it was because it was a few times. I think it was one time it was Amazon, and then one time it was FragranceNet, and either FedEx or UPS. I had to call in and tell them, hey, don't fucking put my packages on the front fence because people it's right there by the road and people pass the road all the time. And I was like, if people see it, they'll steal my packages. And the reason why I know this is because I had several packages stolen. I had a camera stolen from me from Amazon. And Amazon fixed that a long time ago. So I said, hey, put it in front of my car where people can't see it under the carport. If you can do that, you can prevent my packages from being stolen. And so, they fix that. But every now and then they put it like in front of the fucking car and not in front of the hood of the car, which means it's still wide open where people can see it. So it's actually behind the car, but it's in front of the car facing the road, which is really stupid of some people when I'm trying to hide the packages. Like FedEx and all these delivery drivers should know to hide the fucking packages, but they don't. So that's the thing. It's being, people just having common sense and partially delivering your packages, and then people just taking the order correctly when they're order filling your shit. Because I'm pretty sure it's not automated. I think it's people run it, humans. They order fill the shit for you at the factories or their warehouses or their stored locations or whatever, wherever they store the fragrances. So there's human error involved. And anytime there's human error involved, you cannot trust the system 100% completely all the time. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to trust the system, man. The best thing you can do is just give them your money and hope for the best. And with Fragrance Net, 9 times, I'd say every 20 fragrances that I've bought from Fragrance Net, one was fucked up. Like my most recent one that was fucked up was Club de Nuit Intense for Man. They fucked that up, and I called them back, and they actually sent me another bottle. Um, because the address was wrong and I didn't receive the bottle that was supposed to be coming to me. So they fixed it. They fixed that for me. And I appreciate that from Fragrance Net. At one point, I actually talked to a representative at Fragrance Net, and this dude gave me a fucking hell of a hard time dealing with his ass. I don't know who he was. Some dude I talked to over the phone. He seemed real uppity. He didn't seem, he was very matter of fact, like nonchalant, matter of fact, like. And, when you're dealing with people like that, it's hard. It's hard to deal with people like that because they seem so automated, and they don't seem genuine and caring. Like, you spent your so much money on this company, Fragrance Net, and here you have them with an automated ass motherfucker who's monotone and just doesn't give a fuck. You can hear it in his voice. He just doesn't give a fuck about your money. He doesn't give a fuck about your business. And that's what this dude. This dude gave me this vibe. And to this day, I don't know who this dude is. I honestly don't give a fuck about this dude, and I will never ever give a fuck about this dude because the dude seemed like he just didn't give a fuck about my money, nor my business, nor my time or my effort worked to get the money. So you have to take into consideration all things, man. All things. Especially like that, especially with people like that, man. People just make your day. So when you say, is there a place that I shop online that I trust? To be honest with you, no, I don't. There's no place that I trust 100% of the time. Are there places out there that just don't really honestly don't give a fuck what you think, what you say, how you feel? Yeah, there's a lot of fucking places like that, man. A lot of places. But for the most part, I do buy from the majority of the places that everyone else buys. The least place that I do not trust the most is eBay, though, to be honest with you. I do not trust eBay. Um, I don't know. If I can avoid eBay, I will. A lot of people still like to go to eBay, but I've heard some horror stories from eBay. I've heard people say they've bought PlayStations from eBay and gotten empty boxes. Um, I've heard people say all kind of crazy shit about eBay, man. I would not want to go to fucking eBay and purchase from eBay at all. At fucking all. That's just me. That's my subjectivity speaking. But yeah, eBay is not my place at all, man. I will not ever try to go to eBay and purchase. I don't give a fuck what's on sale. I just don't trust that shit. Numbers can be changed easily and manipulated on eBay, and I just wouldn't do it. The places that I actually buy from are fragrancebuy.ca, that's Canada based, fragrancenet.com. Fragrance X, I believe, is the same company as Fragrance Net. I don't know why they charge differently with their fragrances there. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's the area that they're in, maybe the way they open their company or whatever. But I don't. I Fragrance X is the least place that I buy from. Every now and then you will get a good deal from Fragrance X. You'll get a good deal from Fragrance X. A better deal on certain fragrances on Fragrance X than Fragrance Net, but that's rare. I think Fragrance Net has the better deals all the time, or the majority of the time. And every now and then, Fragrance X will give you a deal on maybe like a larger bottle, like Azara Wanted by Night. Fragrance Net for a while had the better deal on like a larger bottle of, or like I believe it was like a 150 ml maybe on Azara Wanted by Night or Azara Wanted than the regular Zara. It's one of them. I can't remember. And so a lot of times, Fragrance X might have something that Fragrance Net does not have, and that's the only way that I would buy from Fragrance X. And I bought from Fragrance X? Yes. The code that I used was Robes08. Everyone should know that by now. If you don't, use Robes08 as your 15% discount on Fragrance X or whoever the fuck you want to use. I don't care. But Robes08 is what I use. It's what I fucking know. It's in my head already. I don't have to worry about it. But Fragrance Net is the place that I use the most. The majority of my fragrances that I buy are from Fragrance Net. I have so many samples of Exceptionnel that I basically have 100 ml of Exceptionnel because of the samples. I have a lot of it already. Or I've probably ran through a lot of it. I do use Exceptionnel. The samples, I use that shit. I don't need to buy a bottle of Exceptionnel. I have so many fucking samples just from ordering from Fragrance Net. I have the fingernail, what is it? Files. I have fingernail clippers from Fragrance Net. I also have a couple files from Fragrance X. I have like 2 or 3 of those, I believe, somewhere around here. And so yeah, the question is, is there an online company that I trust that I order from? No, not 100%. Are there companies out there that have a good rep? I believe so. I've just ordered a couple fragrances from Fragrance Net, and I'm gonna order one from my mom and one for my baby girl. Some fragrances for them, and that's about it, man. That's about it. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, that was a good question, man. That was a good question. If you're online, the only thing you can do is throw your hands up and hope for the best, man. Hope for the best. Hope that no one steals your shit, no one loses it. There's human error behind it. You didn't read the wrong thing online, because the part of the problem could be you. Like, I know I've bought several fragrances that I didn't want because I didn't read that it was a cologne, or it was an EDP, or it was an aftershave, or it was a deodorant. I bought Cool Water thinking it was the cologne, and it was the deodorant, and it doesn't smell that good. I hate that shit, right? Sometimes the error can be with you. So it's not only about trusting the online company, but it's also about trusting yourself. The standard of truth does not lie with anyone. And I say this a million times. This is another example of why we can't trust ourselves all the time. So if we can't trust ourselves all the time, what makes you think that we can trust a company or other people online all the time, or 100% of the time, right? So this is my video for you, and I hope you guys can understand it. I hope you guys know that there are consequences, that when you deal online, unless you're insured 100%, you will get burned. Unless you know how to deal with these companies like Amazon or Walmart, you will get burned. You will get burned. If you're dealing in Facebook groups and you're swapping and you're trading and you're buying and you're selling, you will get burned. Doesn't matter. You will get burned sooner or later. And the only thing you can do is pray to God that you don't get burned. Peace out.